Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving into digital marketing today. Um, SEO, social media, Google ads, you name it.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. And really, no matter what you're doing in the business world right now, this is such important stuff to know, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're running a company, working on a project, or just, trying to get ahead in your career.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So consider this deep dive, your crash course
Perfect.
to online success. And I got to say, in prepping for this, one of the sources I read had this awesome analogy about a bustling city that just totally clicked for me in terms of how to think about online visibility.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So let's jump right in. Let's talk SEO.
Let's do it.
Our source called SEO the foundation of your digital presence, and even compared it to like getting prime real estate on a busy city street. What do you think of that analogy?
I think it's a great analogy. I mean, SEO stands for search engine optimization. And it's really all about making sure that your website is showing up high on those search engine results pages when people are searching for things that are related to your business. So you want to be right up front and center, like you said, that prime real estate, the first shop that they see in that digital downtown.
And it makes a huge difference, right? I mean, people aren't scrolling through pages and pages of results.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think there was a recent study that found over 90% of search traffic goes to websites that are on that first page of Google.
Wow, 90%. So if you're not on that first page, you're kind of missing out.
You're invisible, pretty much.
So it's all about capturing the attention of those people who are already actively looking for what you have to offer, right?
Exactly. We call that organic traffic. It's people finding you naturally. And that's marketing gold because they're already interested.
Okay, so I'm curious about the different types of SEO. The source broke it down into like on-page, off-page, and technical. Can you walk us through what all that means?
Absolutely. So on-page SEO is all about what's happening on your website. So that's things like using keywords in your content, the words and phrases that your target audience is actually typing into search engines. It's also about making sure your page titles and meta descriptions are optimized. Those are the little snippets of text that show up under your website, link on the search results page. And it's about having a user-friendly site structure that's easy for both users and search engines to navigate.
Got it. So on-page is like setting up shop,
Yeah, exactly.
making sure everything looks good,
Make sure your window display's clear.
easy to find, well lit.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so then what about off-page SEO? What's that all about?
So off-page is about building your website's authority. So, it's kind of like getting shout-outs from other respected businesses. Yeah,
Right.
referrals, exactly. And we call these shout-outs backlinks. So backlinks are links from other websites that are pointing back to yours. And the more quality backlinks you have, the more trustworthy you look to search engines like Google.
Okay, so it's kind of like if a well-known restaurant critic gives like your restaurant a rave review,
Yeah,
suddenly everyone wants to go there.
exactly.
But how do backlinks actually work? Is it just like some sort of secret algorithm magic?
Well, it might seem like magic, but it's actually pretty logical.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. If you're looking for a new coffee shop and a friend recommends a place to you, you're probably going to be more likely to check it out, right?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you trust your friend. Search engines work in a similar way. When a website that Google already trusts links to your website, it's a big vote of confidence.
It's like a seal of approval from a trusted source.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've got on-page and off-page SEO. Then there's this third type, technical SEO.
Right.
What is that?
Yeah. So technical SEO is all about the back end of your website, making sure the infrastructure is solid. It's like making sure the plumbing works, the lights stay on, everything's running smoothly behind the scenes. So it includes things like site speed, how fast your pages load, especially on mobile devices. Google actually penalizes websites that load slowly because it creates a bad user experience.
Right. Nobody wants to wait forever for a page to load,
No, exactly.
especially not on their phones.
Especially not on their phone.
Okay, so we've got our storefront setup, right? We've got our prime location, thanks to SEO, but we can't just like sit back and wait for the crowds to come to us,
Yeah.
right? We need to spread the word, build relationships, and that's where social media comes in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I get that it's about engagement, but how do you go beyond just, posting random stuff? The source I was reading talked about choosing the right platforms. What makes a platform right for a particular business?
Well, social media is a fantastic way to connect directly with your audience. So it's amazing for building brand awareness, creating that community and driving traffic back to your website.
Okay, so I get that it's about engagement, but how do you go beyond just posting random stuff?
Right.
The source I was reading talked about choosing the right platforms.
Yeah.
Like, what makes a platform right for a particular business?
That's a great question. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach, you know. Different platforms have different vibes and attract different audiences. So, for instance, let's say you're a B2B company. Maybe you sell software to other businesses.
Okay.
LinkedIn is going to be a great platform for you, you know. It's all about professional networking, you know, sharing those industry insights.
Right.
But, you know, if you're a visual brand, like a fashion designer or a food blogger, Instagram is where you want to be
Yeah.
because it's all about aesthetics and that visual storytelling.
So knowing your audience is key, just like with SEO.
Absolutely.
But it can't just be about, blasting out promotions all the time.
No, absolutely not. Social media is about building relationships, not just, you know, racking up those likes.
Right.
It's about creating content that resonates with your target audience, content that provides value, sparks conversations, and builds trust. Think of it like, you know, you're hosting a party, right?
Forgot.
You want people to feel welcome and
I
engaged.
want them to stay.
Yeah, and excited to be there.
So how do you throw a good party on social media?
Right.
Like what are some tactics that work well? The source I was reading used the word resonate. How do you create content that really sticks with people?
One powerful tactic is influencer marketing, partnering with those individuals who already have that strong following and influence in your niche, and that can expose your brand to a whole new audience.
Okay. So it's like having a celebrity.
Yeah, it's like having a celebrity endorse your product.
Yeah, a celebrity endorsement.
People trust those recommendations from people they admire.
Right, because they already trust that person.
Exactly.
But influencer marketing can be expensive, right?
It can be, but it doesn't have to be. You know, there's these micro-influencers out there with, you know, smaller but highly engaged followings, and they can be very effective, often at a much lower cost.
Okay.
The key is to find those influencers who genuinely align with your brand values and target audience.
So it's kind of like those backlinks, right?
Yeah.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so what are some other ways to create content that really resonates?
Don't underestimate the power of storytelling. People connect with narratives, you know, with emotions.
Oh, yeah.
So share those behind-the-scenes glimpses of your business, introduce your team members, highlight customer success stories.
Humanize the brand.
Humanize your brand.
So that you're real people.
Exactly. And remember, social media is a two-way street.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Encourage that interaction. Ask questions, run polls, respond to comments. You know, show that you're listening and that you care.
So we've talked about SEO, building our storefront, and social media, building those relationships. But what if you need a boost? Like a way to reach more people quickly.
Right.
That's where Google Ads comes in, right?
Exactly. You got it. So while SEO is a long game, building that organic traffic over time,
Yeah.
Google Ads provide a more immediate way to get in front of your target audience.
But it's a pay-to-play model, though, right?
It is, yes. It's called pay-per-click or PPC advertising.
Okay.
You only pay when someone actually clicks on your ad.
Okay, so while it can seem kind of expensive,
Yeah.
the targeting capabilities are pretty awesome.
Oh, they're phenomenal. You can target based on keywords, demographics, location, even the time of day that people are searching.
Wow. Okay, break that down a little bit more for me. What makes Google Ads so precise?
Okay, so imagine you're a local bakery.
Okay.
You can set up your ads to only show to people, you know, within a 5-mile radius who are searching for, like, freshly baked bread during their lunch break.
Oh, wow.
You know, is hyper-targeted. It's very specific.
Okay, so you're maximizing your reach,
Yeah.
but minimizing wasted spend.
Exactly.
Okay, but how do you create those effective Google Ads campaigns?
Right.
There are so many moving parts, like the keywords, the ad copy, the bids.
It can be a little bit overwhelming, but there are definitely strategies to simplify the process.
Okay.
So start with some thorough keyword research. These are the words and phrases that people are actually typing into Google when they're looking for what you offer.
So keyword research is important for both SEO and Google Ads.
Absolutely, yeah. And then you've got to write compelling ad copy, you know, copy that really entices people to click. And then you need to set bids, you know, which is how much you're willing to pay per click for each keyword.
It's like an auction.
It's like an auction, yeah.
But what about testing and refining those ads? I've heard this term, A/B testing. What's that all about?
A/B testing is key for optimization. It's all about experimenting with different versions of your ads to see what performs best. So for example, let's say you're promoting, I don't know, a new line of sneakers. You could create two different headlines, one focusing on style and one highlighting comfort, and then you run both versions of the ads simultaneously and track which one gets more clicks. That's A/B testing in action.
So you're constantly, tweaking and improving based on the data you're getting.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about these three things, SEO, social media, Google Ads, as kind of like separate entities.
Right.
How do they all work together in the real world?
That's where the real magic happens. So while each element can stand alone, they're definitely most effective when they're integrated into a holistic digital marketing strategy.
Okay, I love that.
You can think of them like instruments in an orchestra, each playing its part to create this symphony of online success.
Can you give us an example of how that symphony plays out?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's say you've written a blog post that's optimized for a specific keyword, right? That's part of your SEO strategy.
Okay.
Now you can share that post on your social media channels, which drives traffic back to your website, and that's going to boost your search rankings.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you can use Google Ads to retarget people who've, interacted with your social media content or visited your website.
Okay.
You can show them ads for related products or services.
So it's all a cycle.
Exactly.
It's reinforcing that message, reaching your audience at those different touch points.
Yeah.
This is really helpful. I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together.
Good.
But with so many options, like, where do you even begin? It's a bit overwhelming.
It's understandable to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're new to all of this. But the beauty of digital marketing is there are so many resources available.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There are blogs, podcasts, online courses, communities. So you can, start with one area that you think will be most beneficial for your business or career and just focus on mastering that.
Okay.
Maybe you start by optimizing your website for SEO, then maybe you dabble in social media, and then later on you explore Google Ads.
So it's like any new skill,
Yeah.
really take it step by step.
Exactly.
Master one thing before moving on to the next.
Don't try to do everything at once.
Yeah.
Focus on building that solid foundation, and remember, consistency is key.
Digital marketing is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
I'm definitely feeling like I need to take a break after all this information.
A break, but we're just getting started.
I know. But our listeners are probably feeling a little overwhelmed too, right?
That's true. We have covered a lot.
SEO, social media, Google Ads, how it all fits together.
It is a lot to take in.
We don't want to overload anyone, so we'll pause here for now.
Okay.
But don't worry, we'll be back in the next part of this deep dive to explore even more.
Can't wait. Welcome back, everyone.
We've been talking all about digital marketing.
SEO, social media, Google Ads.
It's a lot to take in, I know. But hopefully you're starting to see just how powerful these tools can be.
Yeah, when used correctly.
When used strategically.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with today?
I don't think it's about mastering every single tactic or chasing every trend.
Yeah.
The digital landscape is constantly changing, you know?
Yeah.
What's hot today might be old news tomorrow.
So how do you stay ahead of the curve in such a fast-paced environment?
I think it's about focusing on the fundamentals. Build that strong foundation, understand your audience, craft that compelling brand story, and choose the platforms and tactics that align with your goals. It's like building a house, right? You
Yeah.
need a solid foundation before you start adding all the bells and whistles.
Makes sense. So start with the basics, but then what? How do you make sure your message actually cuts through all the noise online?
That's where, the creativity comes in. And a deep understanding of human psychology.
Yeah.
It's about crafting content that resonates on an emotional level.
Okay.
Content that tells a story, sparks conversation, and leaves a lasting impression.
So it's not just about selling a product or service.
No.
It's about creating something that people can really connect with
Yeah,
on a deeper level.
exactly.
Oh.
Think about the brands that you love,
Right.
the ones that you feel a genuine connection with. They're not just pushing products, they're creating experiences,
Yeah.
sharing values, building communities.
Creating a sense of belonging.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, data is your friend. Track your results, analyze what's working, and be willing to, adjust your strategy along the way. The beauty of digital marketing is that it's very measurable. You can see what resonates with your audience and refine your approach over time.
So it's all about being adaptable,
Yeah.
experimenting, and constantly learning.
Exactly, those are the keys. Never stop learning, never stop experimenting, and never be afraid to try new things.
Yeah. The digital world is always changing, always evolving.
It is. It's a vast landscape. Embrace the challenge and enjoy the journey.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into digital marketing, remember to stay curious,
Yeah,
stay creative, and stay true to yourself.
absolutely.
And never underestimate the power of human connection, even in the digital realm.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time, happy marketing.